You obviously had the opportunity to work with your father for many years in the broadcast booth. Your favorite memory from your time broadcasting with him would be what?
He and I missed a lot of time together because he did travel a ton. And he and I, if he got it to one of my high school football games or high school baseball games, it was a big effort. And I appreciated it because he had a lot going on, and he had to always scramble and always try and do the extra thing to try and keep the family going. He had a lot of people that he had to support. So because of that, what I most treasure about that time has nothing to do really with baseball. It's getting on the bus after a game and sitting next to him and just riding the bus to the airport. It's checking into the hotel bleary-eyed at 3 o'clock in the morning in Houston and shuffling up to our rooms and meeting him for lunch and going to the park together and being in the booth together and working with him as a colleague instead of as my dad. And that, I was smart enough to realize that wasn't going to last forever. He was, at the time he was late 60s or into his 70s, and I knew that was a short window. And so because of that, I enjoyed every minute of it.
And some of the time you missed out on when you were younger, you were able to kind of get back when you were with him broadcasting games.
Yeah, and I did. And I saw a side of him that my mom never saw. I saw a side of him that my brothers and sisters never saw. Because
really?
It's the age-old thing. You get to really know somebody, whether it's a girlfriend, a spouse, another couple, whatever, maybe when you travel. And I saw my dad like that for years. And it was great to watch him because he just had a way of gliding through life. Nothing bothered him. I am so different than him in that way. I'm a worrier. I worry about everything. He was, his favorite saying was, "Don't holler till you're hurt." And, worry, I'll tell you when to worry. And that's just how he was. That's how he lived. It wasn't just a saying, a cute line. And I wish I had more of that in me. But, he just had a way of, he could fall asleep on a plane in 5 seconds. I'm sitting up there, the first bump, I'm like, we're dead. So that's just how we're different.
How would you say outside of that, how would you say you guys are most different?
Well, my God, I had such a privileged upbringing. I think people think that we were rolling in dough and upper class and all this stuff. That my dad never enjoyed that. He never made a ton of money doing what he did. He made a great living, and we had an awesome childhood. But, it wasn't jets and mansions and all that other kind of stuff. We just had a good, comfortable life. And, he grew up in the Depression and went to World War II and got shot and, had 8 kids. And, we're different almost all the way across the board. I think we have way more differences than similarities, but I try to be a good person like him, and I try to treat people like he did, and I've followed him into this business because I admired him so much.